went to work for wealth and depended on wealth. And the wealthy people knew that when the people came to work for them, they had to care for them in every way. Food, lodging, illness, everything.
But your mom sort of broke the mold on that, huh?
Maybe, who knows? She broke the mold when she went to New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Wow. She married my father in Manchester, England, and he went to New Zealand to make his fortune.
In what?
Who knows?
And that's where she had Peggy.
Right.
Do you know what part of New Zealand that was? What part of New Zealand?
Palmerston North.
Palmerston North.
The North Island. There's 2 islands in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother was in the North Island.
But only for like 3 years, right?
Just until she had Peggy and then came here.
How did she get the money to come from New Zealand to the United States?
My mother was a great saver. I don't know how she got it. She probably kept it from before she left England.
That makes sense. If you're going somewhere, you always want to get the round trip fare together. Why didn't she just go back to England?
She was ashamed.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, it's not too bad. She settled in San Francisco, which was a great blessing for all of us.
Yeah, San Francisco's a beautiful place.
Then my father followed her, and so then she bought the house on Bernal Heights.
For him.
I beg your pardon?
She bought the house because he was coming? Or for her and Peggy?
Because she got pregnant.
Oh. With Ned?
Ned.
Uh-huh. Where were she and Peggy living before your dad came?
She was working for a family, and Peggy was in a nursing care facility.
24/7, or she saw her every evening?
Honey, I can't hear you.
Oh, I was wondering how much of the day Peggy was that just a daycare?
No.
It was boarding care.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She saw her on Sundays?
Right. Then my father followed. Then Eileen came from England and stayed here.
Oh, I thought Eileen came from New Zealand.
No, she came from Manchester, England, an orphanage.
Oh.
Where her father had placed her.
Right, because he had that whole other family. His wife died?
Yes, his wife died. And he put the children in orphanages, except he kept the oldest boy with him.
Probably because he could work.
I don't know.
What a difficult life back then.
Right.
At least nowadays, people pretty much keep their kids.
When my mother came from New Zealand, she had Peggy with her. And then when my father followed her, she bought the house on Bernal Heights.
How long was it? How long was it from the time your mom got here until your dad followed her?
About 2 years,
Oh,
18
really?
months, not long.
That seems like a long time to me. She could have gotten out of the marriage while he was in New Zealand.
No, he was in love with my mother.
But that didn't last long, huh?
My father was a vicious man and a wife beater.
Your mom wouldn't put up with that.
No,
So she only stayed with him until you were about 3 or 2?
I was 3. And the court awarded her the house on Bernal Heights because she could prove it was her money.
Wow. Because she was working for a family in Pack Heights, right?
And where?
Pacific Heights?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What family?
Then they moved to Hillsboro, and she moved with them.
Right. So Peggy was like 7 years older than you.
Yes. Not quite. Almost.
But Peggy, did she remember Ned?
Would she remember what?
Did Peggy remember Ned, the little brother that died?
I don't know.
Must have been a fun time to grow up in Bernal.
It was. It was.